latest episode of Senior Showcase, where we honor kind of a graduate from our class of 2020. And it's an honor today to have Ashley Kmiec. How are you, Ashley?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome, awesome. Now, if you wouldn't mind to just take a minute and just share kind of what you've been involved in at Prairie Ridge over your last 4 years that you've been there. And then from there, we'll just kind of talk around different things.
Yes. So over my last 4 years at PR, I've been on the cheer team. I've been a part of Link Crew, Student Council. My senior year, I actually joined the Student Council Executive Board. And I'm also a part of Spanish National Honor Society. And I think that's everything.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. And you know what? I realized that I haven't kind of gone into detail, and you said student council and executive board. Tell me about that. Tell me what you're involved in, how that works at PR and all that.
Yeah, so my freshman, sophomore, and junior year, I was just a part of the general student council. So we just got to help and do everything that the board members would tell us to, which would involve a lot of planning for the homecoming pep assemblies in that whole homecoming week, or the dress up weeks that we have throughout the year.
Shake the computer. Okay, I think you're back. I think I can hear you now.
Yeah.
There you are. Okay, so you were talking about how you were involved in planning the assemblies and such your first 3 years. How many people are on student council at the school?
You know what? There is a lot in our student body. We usually start off with, I'd say, at least 100 for homecoming week, and then it kind of drops off later after homecoming passes, but I'd say we maintain probably at least 50 students.
Wow. And then what's the executive board's role, and how did you get involved there this senior year?
I actually went for an interview for it, and the executive board gets to just plan a little more seriously what events student council will get to be helping plan and how everything is going to run, and they get to make the big decisions that then the general members get to help put into action.
Got it. Who's the faculty member that kind of oversees that?
Mrs. Kendall and Mr. Carblum are the two faculty members that help us.
Gotcha. Okay. And then who are some of the other members of the executive board, the seniors there this year?
Brianne Weil, Lily Alcazar, Matt Braley. I think those are the other seniors that are on the exec board.
Okay, great. So if you look back on your senior year, what are some of the things that just you've got the best memories about right now?
I think some of the best memories looking back are our football team went to state 3 times out of the 4 years that I've been here, which is awesome. The cheer team got to go to state this year, which was really exciting. And I think homecoming week is one of the most exciting weeks at school as a whole. So.
Now tell me a little bit about, because you guys did a wonderful job downstate for cheer. Tell me a little bit about what that experience was like for you.
That was crazy. It was super fun. Obviously, over these last 4 years, the cheer team has been working to get to state, and we haven't been the luckiest until this year. It was just super cool. We were able to take the bus down there and stay in a hotel, and we got to room with our friends, and competing was just amazing. I used to do competitive cheerleading, so being on that big stage with the bright lights was just a huge reminder back to when I did competitive cheer. So it was super awesome.
Awesome. Now, what was your role on the cheer team? Because I know there's different positions, right? So what position do you have?
I am a flyer, so I'm the one who the people pick up and hold up in the air.
So you're the crazy one that gets thrown into the air?
Yep, that's me.
So have you ever gotten seriously hurt doing that?
No, I've definitely been dropped a couple times, but usually my bases were amazing at catching me, so I've been fortunate enough to not face any serious injuries from being dropped on the floor.
Got it. Now you have to educate me since I'm not a cheer dad, but so does a flyer get teamed up with certain bases, or do you guys rotate during a routine?
Well, it depends. Usually you will have like your set stunt group and then it usually stays the same. But sometimes with just the way the formation works out, bases do get changed around. So you have to be flexible and willing to work with everyone else on the team.
Got it. So who were some of your bases throughout the year, kind of your key girls that you kind of worked very closely with on the team?
Lauren Bredesen, Kara Johnson, and Rianne Lyle was my main stunt group.
Oh, great. Okay. Now, obviously, with the quarantine, that's kind of changed kind of what your expectations were of senior year, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing to kind of communicate or stay in touch with the other ladies on the team or your other friends?
We've had a lot of birthday drive-bys, those nice little birthday parades that we do for girls on the cheer team that have had their birthdays. We've been able to go to those, and then we kind of get to see everyone from a distance, so that's always exciting. And then we Snapchat each other. We have our cheer group message that we text in occasionally, so.
Now, you could give a shout out, who are some of the birthdays over the quarantine that you did a drive-by for?
I know Mallory Lindsay just had her birthday, and Kara Johnson also just had her birthday.
Okay, nice. So you guys would just honk up a storm and drive through and do stuff. Neat.
Yeah.
Now, what are your plans for next year?
Next year I'll be attending University of Tennessee, and I'll be majoring in nursing.
So have you learned the Rocky Top song yet?
I have not yet, but I need to.
Okay, so you're gonna major in nursing. Awesome. And what concentration of nursing do you eventually want to get into?
I want to get into labor and delivery nursing or the newborn intensive care unit.
Okay. Now, have you done anything to kind of learn that field, or is this just something all along I really just think, or is there family members that are in it?
I don't have any family members that are in it, but I have always, like from when I was little, I wanted to be a baby doctor, is what I would always tell everyone. And so now I'm going towards that. And this year I took a class at McHenry County College, the nursing class to become a CNA to help me really make sure that nursing is something that I want to be doing.
Oh, gotcha. Awesome. Now, what other schools were in the running along with becoming a vol?
University of Iowa was really the only other one that I looked at, and that was because my sister went there, so I thought, well, maybe it would be fun to go to the same school as her, but Tennessee ultimately was my decision.
What did it for you when you went to, so I'm assuming you did a visit and checked it out, right?
Yeah. The weather down in Tennessee is a lot nicer than it is here in Illinois and Iowa also. And the campus is just beautiful down in Tennessee, so I absolutely loved it down there.
And considering that I have a son that still goes to the University of Alabama, you are definitely going to enjoy football weekends in Tennessee and right on the river there. I just hear it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And there's do you know any other local students that are going there? Because I know there's quite a number of kids that have attended University of Tennessee. And did you do a couple visits there or how many?
I went down there twice to check it out.
And you probably went down in the middle of winter and realized, wow, it's warm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was way warmer down there. When I went down there, it was like 50, and then I came back here and it was still like 30, and I was like, wow, okay, it's way warmer down there.
Okay, so from now we talked about your family, and why don't you tell us about your family, how big it is, siblings, and you could throw their names out if you want.
All right, so I have my dad, and his name is Wayne, and then my mom, and her name's Cassandra, and then my oldest sister, Daryl. She's 23, I think. Then I have my other older sister, Haley, who is 20. She attends the University of Iowa. And then I have my younger sister, Tori, who is 16, and she is a junior at Prairie Ridge.
Okay, you said she's a junior?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. Now, what's your older sister doing now?
Well, my oldest sister, Daryl, she works at the Crystal Lake Best Buy. And then my other older sister, Haley, she's majoring in physical therapy at Iowa.
Oh, great. Okay. Now, has it been a little trying being kind of stuck together with all your sisters this time? Has there been a little bit of getting at each other's throats, or how have you guys handled that?
Well, Daryl, she lives with her boyfriend, so I don't fight with her too much. Haley, I'm very happy to have Haley home. I'm very close with her. Tori and I, we fight quite a bit, so that has been a little challenging for us, but we are working through it.
Got it. Now, is there any kind of fun Kmiec family nights, things that you guys have been doing more that you haven't done before, or what's kind of a normal day like in the house?
Well, we all wake up and then we all sit down and we'll do our homework together at the table and get that done and out of the way. And then I will take my dog for a walk to alleviate some of the stress of being around with the family so much. So then I walk the dog and then come back home, and my grandma's been over. She's sewing masks. So she's been here like all day sewing away.
Oh,
So
nice.
we'll help her some, help cut the fabric and get the stuff situated for her. And then we sit back down and we've been having a lot of family dinners, which has been really nice.
Gotcha. So, has there been anything that you've kind of learned about yourself during this time? Because it's been different, right?
Yeah, it's been very different. I think I've really learned to not take things for granted, because obviously in school and like that last week of school, I was like, oh, I just need a break. Like, I don't want to be here. I can't wait for graduation. And now, obviously, I'm at home all the time, and I'm like, wow, I wish I could be in school right now. And that's the one place I really want to be, where I could be seeing all my friends, but instead I'm stuck at home.
What would be kind of that one odd thing or something that you kind of think of back at school that you're like, I kind of really miss that, even though it sounds dumb, but I really kind of miss that.
I think I really miss doing labs in chemistry, which obviously labs there are like one of the harder things that we do in that class. But it was just being with my lab partners, and it was just, they made it so fun. Like, even though it was very difficult and the material we would learn would be challenging and it would cause all of us to cry, but it's one thing that I wish I could be crying over right now.
So if you look back over the last 4 years at PR, who are some of the either faculty or administrators or coaches that really made a strong impact on your life?
I think all of the staff at Prairie Ridge is amazing. I think that's one thing that we have, like Prairie Ridge excels in, is that our staff members are all so helpful and just great resources. But one that really sticks out to me is Mrs. Brockland, because not only has she helped me so much academically, but she's just helped me through so many like life problems that I've had, and she just gives great life advice, and she's taught me so many good life lessons. So Mrs. Brockland is definitely one of my go-to teachers.
Where's Mrs. Brockland teach?
She she teaches my AP chemistry class.
Oh, got it. Okay, so she's the one that makes you cry.
Yes, she is the one that makes me cry.
She makes you cry and then makes you laugh at the same time, right?
Yes, exactly.
Outside of Mrs. Brockland, have there been any others that you've kind of come across? I know that you like probably a lot of them, but anyone else that kind of sticks out as well?
It's really hard to choose just one. Mrs. Buck is another great one. I love Mrs. Buck. She is absolutely amazing. The librarians are always so nice and so helpful, helping find new books. Mr. Zier was my math teacher this year, and I loved having him in class. He's such a nice guy and such a good teacher. So.
Oh, that's great. I'm sure that they'll appreciate hearing that too. Now, what are you looking forward to most about next year and going to Knoxville? I'm sure you're nervous about it, but yet excited. So what are you most excited about?
I think I am most excited for football games and just getting to meet a lot of new people and new friends, and also starting to study something that like I'm genuinely interested in and super excited to get started with.
Great. Now, have you already picked out a roommate? Have you guys gone online and do you already have a roommate? Do you know where you're going to
Yeah.
live?
Yeah, I do have a roommate. We don't know what dorm we'll be in yet because that actually got pushed back because of the COVID situation going on. So we're not picking our dorms until earlier in June, but I do have my roommate.
Oh, okay. Is that someone local or have you had a chance to meet her yet?
I haven't met her in person. She's from California, so she's pretty far from here.
Wow. So she's coming a long way to be able to go to nursing school. Cool.
Yeah.
Now, what does it mean? Obviously, people talk about once a wolf, always a wolf. And now that you're going to be graduating, what does that mean to you?
I think that once a wolf, always a wolf means we always have a home at Prairie Ridge. I know there's been teachers at PR who attended PR and now teach there, or just we have the college panel and that the college students get to come back and talk to the current PR students. And just being at Prairie Ridge, I always see like previous students coming back to visit, and like the teachers or the connections you make with them are just like connections that you always have. And so that's the thing, what I think once a wolf, always a wolf means.
Awesome. Now, has there been any binge watching of any shows going on at the Kmiec house now, or how's that
Um,
gone?
yeah, we watched All American on Netflix, which was a very good show. And then we just watched, me and my sisters, we watched Outer Banks, which is another good one on Netflix.
Got it. Now, it's Outer Banks is a newer one, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Well, I won't have you give it away.
yeah, no.
Um, how about what are some of those key kind of takeout places? This is like, I imagine it's pretty hard when five of you try to decide where you want to get food from, but what are some of the go-to places?
Well, my parents like to get pizza, but I don't like pizza, so then usually that gets shut down pretty fast.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. That's not American. What do you mean you don't like pizza?
I know my parents, they don't understand it either, but I really just, I mean, I can eat it, but it's like, I don't know, I'd rather not. I just don't like it.
Okay, so what do you like?
Um, we've been getting a lot of Texas Roadhouse, and I really like the chicken from there. That's pretty good. Um, and my dad, he cooks a lot, so we don't even order out that much because he's been cooking for us almost every night.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, good. Now, what's the favorite dish that your dad makes that you like?
Oh, that's a hard one. He makes really good grilled chicken, and then we make grilled chicken sandwiches with it or salads with it. So I think that one of those are probably my favorites.
Oh, nice. Okay. Now, what would be one thing that maybe only your family knows about you, or maybe really close friends, but others don't know? Kind of that secret talent or hidden trait of yours?
Um, well, I have an insane number of socks, which is kind of weird, but I have a lot of like holiday socks or like just so many, like any holiday, I probably have a pair of socks for it, and not even just one, but like 20 probably. Like I have so many Christmas socks that I like, they go beyond the month of December, and I can't even wear all my socks in a year because of how many I have.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to take a bunch of them to school, or what are you going to do about that?
You know what? That is something that I actually have thought about because there's no way that I'll have enough room for all my socks. So I'm going to have to pick some of my favorite ones.
All right, now time for me to pick on you a little bit. So I know you guys did a lot of push-ups over the years. So how long have you been on varsity for cheer?
I've been on varsity for my sophomore, junior, and senior year, so only 3 years.
Okay, well, that's still a lot. And
Yeah.
so, and you cut out on me, so I'll wait a little bit for you to come back.
Okay.
So hopefully your face will come back, or maybe if you wiggle your laptop. All right, there you are. You're coming back now. So, all right. So 3 years of varsity cheerleading. Have you ever, for grins, just tried to add up how many push-ups you guys are supposed to have done over that time?
No, I have not, but I do know that it is a lot.
Now, there are times, since I would videotape the football games, that I would catch you just hanging out on your elbows and planking. So was that kind of the trade-off, that you'd be able to plank instead of doing push-ups? I mean, inquiring minds want to know.
So I'm actually missing a bone in my elbow. So I'm unable to do push-ups because my arm is just a mess. It was a birth defect originally, but then like my bones that keep your arm from popping out of place were smaller than they were supposed to be. And then when I started cheering in first grade, I hyperextended my elbow and I broke that piece of bone off. So now,
Ouch.
yeah, it dislocates whenever I straighten it, so I can't put any weight on it.
Well, considering how crazy you guys are as flyers, you definitely get a pass there. So,
Yeah.
um, so with that being said, what are you just gonna miss the most going away to school?
I think, like, other than my family, I think I'm really gonna miss my dog because he's like my best friend and he's my little pal and he's really old, so I'm gonna miss him a lot.
What do you have?
I have three dogs, but the one I was just referring to, he's a boxer, so.
Is he in the room with you?
He's actually not, surprisingly. He gets really mad. He has jealousy issues. So whenever I'm like on my like phone or computer or doing something that not paying attention to him, he'll sit there and he'll whine and he'll cry and he'll bark. So
Really? Okay, and
yeah.
I got that too. I got a 13-year-old cockapoo laying right next to me
Oh,
here. So same thing. He's my buddy and always follows me around. So now what's your boxer's name?
his name is Harley.
Harley? Like the
Mhm.
Harley Davidson?
Yep.
Okay, and then how about your other two dogs?
They're both miniature pinchers and their names are Peanut and Nike.
Peanut and Nike, and are they younger?
Yeah, they're 5 years old. Both of them are 5.
Oh, great. Yeah, I can imagine you're gonna miss them. So
Yeah.
no way. What is he gonna do? What's Harley
I
gonna do when you go away?
I don't know. My parents are gonna be very mad at him. He's gonna be a bad dog.
Hey, well, it's really been a pleasure talking to you. I just you're a great example, your energy, your involvement with everything at school, and just thank you so much for doing this and for representing the class of 2020 so well.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Everybody just